Okay, we are 46 days out. And what I'm thinking is after how Saturday went, no matter how good or bad things end up feeling today on this max effort bench day, our number one goal is not to do anything stupid. Because what got me on Saturday is we're suddenly like feeling very, very, very strong again, which makes it exciting and tempting to try to find out how strong we really are. But the thing is that if I am pushing fast, the tissue tolerance is coming back, well, not good things is going to happen. And I am so grateful that, like, even if the knee does feel very not good after Saturday, I think we are still in it. I think we're still going to be okay. I just need to make sure that we're not continuing to make dumb moves if we want to make the rest of this prep good enough to, well, get on the platform. Also, after last Thursday's DE bench, gonna warm up for the max effort with some reverse grip Rinos, dialing that upper back sooner rather than later. And as far as what we're doing today goes, I wanted to floor press with chain, but ERX being used, and I don't want to have to finagle the ERX that up here, so we're just gonna comp bench with the chain on. Now, as far as the knee, head's not in frame. Now, as far as the knee goes and that pop sensation that I felt on Saturday, I'm thinking that it wasn't the best case where it was just like the sleeve fold rolling and snapping and making it feel like a pop. Definitely thinking it wasn't the worst case with what I'm able to do with it, because I don't think it was patellar tendon letting go at all. So I think it is kind of like the middle of the road case where something that's loose in there with the meniscus tear and lack of PCL shifted around and irritated things, because how it feels today is it just feels like there is some like intracapsular swelling that's preventing it from wanting to bend, preventing the patellar tendon to want to move. So that's why, like, I'm concerned about it, but I'm not super worried right now. So I don't know, I'll shut up and continue warming up bench, probably at least one or two more sets with the reverse grip before we commit the comp. And the thing that's making me excited that it probably isn't patellar tendon is I can leg drive without it feeling terrible. And we'll put a plate on top of the chain. Unsure if this one will feel sketchy or not with the reverse grip, but we'll find out shortly. A little bit sketchy with the chain, but we're okay. And because we got the chain on and we're trying not to be stupid, lame jump with the yellow. Figuring the smart choice here will be to abandon the reverse grip warm-ups as well. Felt heavier than I wanted it to, but I also got to remember there's a little bit of chain on the bar, so we'll go 265. Really hoping this one feels significantly less terrible, because even if we are being smart today, I would be very upset if the smart choice is making this the top set. And it's like, could I force more on the bar today? Absolutely. But after Saturday, like, I know why it feels like shit. I know that forcing it harder after how Saturday went would not be the wisest choice. So we're gonna cap her there today, which I'm not thrilled about, because again, it just sucks, because when I do what I did on Saturday, I always feel like an idiot. When I do what I'm doing today, I always feel like I'm being a pansy. And I guess I gotta find the middle ground more often, so we don't have to swing back and forth between spectrums as much as we have been. But like right now, how I'm feeling mentally, like, fuck, I want to quit this fucking meat prep. Like, I want to just phone it in, say that I screwed up and it's not worth doing. But I know that if I do that, like, I'll always wonder what if. I'll always wonder what could have been. And I know that with how strong we were before we started making these mistakes, we were set up for a pretty damn big total, and I still think that we still can have a pretty damn big total. We just gotta do shit that will allow us to be productive in the short term when shit is a little bit messy feeling. So I think we're gonna go and do that. So I will shut up and stop rambling, and we'll go do that. And I tried the assisted dip machine for how everything's feeling. It felt a little bit too aggressive for what we need in the given circumstances. So we're gonna try to run some parallel bar stretchy sit-ups to make the angle a little bit less aggressive, but still require some serratus push through, and feels way shittier than it should, but I can tell it's gonna be good for stuff. We'll give her a couple minutes to shake out, run another one there. And like, what's neat is quad knee on the left side. Like that extended terminal knee extension on the push-up position, like, felt harder than I wanted it to, but like the knee feels like shit's kind of waking up a little bit. So good move on these guys. Anyways, round 2 incoming. Not enough rest, had way too many reps in the first set, so we had significant fall off, but I am okay with that. Might actually get a couple more in just for the sake of, you know, getting more reps, because this is pretty not substantial work. Yeah, today sucks. And next up, I'm gonna try to not make the pecs feel terrible while getting some good work in on this ridiculously heavy stupid thing. Because like most of the bad feels are like coming from what it seems to be like a lack of perceived ability to control my scapula right now. So we at least give the pecs a decent chug and get something out of the session. And we'll run one more here. Like, what I'm thinking is I may trade Thursday's DE bench for closer to an MD slot, since today was pretty much a wash. And what's going to depend on whether or not we do that is if I feel like I can pull on Wednesday. And like, as of right now, I don't think I'm going to be able to pull on Wednesday, so we'll likely pull some switcheroos. So that's why we're not going up for set 2. But if there is one saving grace in today's session, it's that the terrible pec deck doesn't feel that terrible. I'm okay with that. And what I'm thinking right now is, with it feeling like the limiting factor on bench was my ability to lock upper back in, we're going to go a classic upper back connection bench press skill superset. Really trying to pull the steps low on the face pulls. Definitely need more weight. I'll probably not even going to finish the set. We're putting more weight on because this stack is very light. And now we got enough to actually pull us into some flexion on the face pulls, but try to drive the scaps low until we get a nice big pump. And that's about it for quality reps. Then we'll go straight into some straight arm pull downs, try to really squeeze into the lats. And I'm hoping that if we do this today, don't cook the upper back Wednesday, we should be able to connect better on Thursday. We shall see. I'm okay with that for set 1. And we shall run another here. I'm actually thinking next is we'll probably just stay here, modify the width on the prime spreader, and get some push downs in. Just running reps ultra high. Trying to lube up lefty. Gotta narrow up a little bit more. Continue pumping them out. We'll get a few more in. I am at least thankful that with how bad benching did feel today, at least it was not limited by the left elbow for freaking once. So we will continue giving her lots of feel-good work. But I need to start giving her real work, but I'll probably save the real work for whenever we do have a better bench, just so that we're not doing it potentially the day before the better bench. And because I don't want to like crank a JM today if we are going to bench on Thursday again. And if we're benching on Thursday, we're not benching on Thursday. I don't want to crank a bench or JM on Thursday in case we're benching Monday. I have too much of a pump to talk. I'll just shut up. What I was trying to say there is that if I do end up pulling the trigger on running a main bench Thursday, that means I don't want to run a big tricep movement today because I don't want to bleeding into the potential of doing it Thursday. And if we don't end up doing a big bench Thursday, that means we have to do it on Monday. So on Thursday, if we don't do a big bench, we won't do it on Thursday so it doesn't bleed into Monday. But in the meantime, we will continue giving it friendly triceps volume. Because like, even if this isn't going to be as good for my bench press as a JM, we're still getting something out of it, and I'd rather get something out of it than nothing or too much something and bleed into the next real press day or something. I'm okay with that. The next thing I'm thinking is we have been doing a lot of PJR pullovers for triceps, but PJR pullover, we're prioritizing elbow range of motion, not shoulder blade motion. And with how the shoulder blades are feeling, I think we'll be well served today to just run some light, high rep, real pullovers. So you guys can laugh at how shitty my overhead access is, but that's why we're doing it. And that felt terrible in the exact way that I wanted it to, so that was a good call. We'll run another set. Okay, round 2. Don't laugh too hard. Oh, we're getting too cookered there. Abort the mission. And for the feel-good arm slot, thinking we'll touch some incline hammers. Quite aggressive feeling. And you know what? We're going to finish it out with some vertical hammers, maybe vertical reel curls, actually. Get a bicep pump. Make myself feel good about myself after a very not fun training day. We'll do another round. Okay, round 2. Yeah, and not very thrilled with how this session went, but I do recognize that it is 100% what I deserve for being a dumbass on Saturday, because like shit feels jacked up. Like upper back is so tight after that squat. Didn't have a ton of time to do my normal upper body movement prep yesterday because I was so busy trying to get the knee to come around, which I think is the appropriate priority. But with today's bench, like, yeah, I could have forced it more today. I could have put more weight on the bar and done a little bit better in terms of loading, but the biggest thing that I was trying to do once I realized that bench wasn't going to happen the way that I wanted it to do today is let's cap things early enough today that we can at least have a chance to bench again on Thursday. And what I'm thinking right now is with how the knee is doing, I don't think I'll be able to make a heavy pull productive on Wednesday. So what we'll end up doing is taking Wednesday probably as maybe not a DE session for both squat and deadlift, but we'll at least be around DE loading and just try to get some good feels in. And after that, we'll assess where we want to go from here. For Saturday, again, I don't think I'll be able to squat super big on Saturday, so we'll likely take it as a bit of a lighter session. And not sure where that will put us for next Wednesday, but we'll find out based on how this Wednesday and Saturday goes. And as of now, am planning on being conservative and would rather err on the side of more conservative than more aggressive based on what that lack of decision-making intelligence did for us on this week. So yeah, not thrilled with where we are, but we are where we are, and I can't beat myself up too much over it. I can't just sit here and mope. We got to just do what we can do to make it productive, and I think that if we can make it as productive as possible, we're still going to be able to have a half decent total. Even if it maybe isn't as good as it could be, it's still going to be good enough to get the job done. So yeah, that is what I got for today. I will quit rambling, go home, get some food in me, get some rest, get some recovery, get some better movement prep in so we can get the shoulders and knees feeling better. And yeah, peace out. Have a good night. I will see you guys in the team.